Luke here for Following Strength. We are joined by Scotland's strongest man in 2023, Conor Curran. How are you, pal?
Aye, not too bad. In the midst of a rapid Brits prep now, so body's beat up already after like 3 sessions that I've done so far. But
Yeah,
going
man,
well.
you haven't got long to get ready.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. How did you qualify for Brits? How have you snuck in?
So I was second at Scotland's this year. It's Scotland's strongest man every year. First place gets the automatic invite, as I did in 2024. This year that was Callum, obviously. Um, since then, like I've known the last few years, second place at Scotland's has often got the call up when someone drops out. So I kind of knew I had to be ready just in case. I spoke to Darren. I was at the World Tour Finals helping look out, and I just approached him and was like, "What's the deal here? Have I got a shot at the Brits call up?" He was like, "Yeah, be ready for it." So I was like, "Right, cool." Then radio silence for weeks, and Kane pulled out, and I was thinking, "Is this it?" Matt McKeegan get the call up. Then I was thinking Ryan Bennett might be next in line, but people were saying he's injured. He hurt his pec at OSG, but wasn't sure. Wasn't going to message him and be like, "How's the pec going, mate?" So it's just had to stay quiet. And then obviously Luke Richardson pulled out there under sad circumstances, but we bit of a consolation for him. He was saying that me and Luke are pals, and I got his invite effectively, so he'll still be there on the day, like helping me out and stuff. But I think it's a real shame he's not going to be there because I had Luke as the favourite. Maybe slightly biased, but based on the last year as well, I think he could have won it. But either way, I've got my shot at it now, so I've just got to do everything I can to get a decent place in.
Yeah, I think a lot of people had Luke definitely up there, first, second, third. But now's your chance to kind of do your mate proud, you know?
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to emulate what Luke might have done, but I'll do my best.
What's it like when you get that call? Is it, I always think, is it a phone call at 6 p.m. at night and you're jumping around the front room?
So both of the times that I've had my call up, which was in 2023 when I won Scotland's, I get the call up for the World Tour Finals, and then this year for Brits. Both of those times it's been Luke that's told me first, not Darren. Uh, we've just been speaking, and he's like, "Expect a call," and then I'm just kind of sitting waiting, like, "Is it actually going to happen?" And then the phone goes and it's Darren, and I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of already know," but
That's awesome, man. And
yeah.
yeah, good of Luke to let you know.
Yeah, this year he didn't let me know straight away. We were just speaking. I think it was like the day after he dropped out, and we'd been on the phone for like 50 minutes or something. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, it's you that's getting my spot." I was like, "You could have started with that," but
I
yeah,
love it, man. And like just before we came on air, you were telling me that, well, congratulations, you've got a 4-month-old beautiful baby girl.
yeah,
How's
thank
life
you.
as a new dad?
Yeah, like for the first time in my life, I've been training for 14 years, but for the first time in that period, training's kind of decreased a wee bit, taking a wee bit of a back seat. I say that I still try and make all my sessions. I've maybe missed a few, but I've not been able to be quite as selfish and spend 4 hours in the gym at a time. Uh, but priorities, like it's everything's been brilliant. Very difficult to start off with, as a lot of new parents I'm sure would agree. But in a routine now, and certainly since I've got the Brits call up, it's kind of priority number one again at the moment. My fiance Hannah's like, she's doing everything. I won't lie, she's doing everything in terms of childcare, getting up through the night, in the morning, everything. And I'm able to, prep properly for the 3 weeks since I got the call up. So yeah, I've got no excuses.
Is it a new kind of form of motivation for you? Like you've got this beautiful baby girl to inspire and
I think so. Like I've always been highly motivated with strongman, and she's obviously so young that she's not going to remember any of this. It'll just be a bit of a weird experience for her, all the lights and noise. But I want to do well now, so that I don't know. I won Scotland's well before she was born, and I'd like to do that again and progress a wee bit more. Like now that she's here, so that when she's older, I can say like your dad did that and you were there. You might not remember, but you were there. It'd be nice to do that. Yeah.
hell yeah, man. Like, and the Scottish scene is thriving. Like, if I'm right, we haven't had anyone repeat win at Scotland's Strongest Man
Yes.
in years.
Since Luke Stoltman. Yeah.
And like you are a mainstay in that scene. And at Brits, we've got 4 of you, which is
Aye.
incredible.
Yeah.
What's it like as a I was going to say as a brotherhood, but maybe I'm putting words into your mouth there. As a four, is there camaraderie there, or is it rivalry?
No, it's definitely a team kind of thing. I'd say the Stoltmans, they're obviously next level. So the Scotland Strongest Man level, the national competition, like everyone's kind of great pals, close. You enjoy seeing each other win, even though you want to win yourself. Uh, and few of us have got experience competing with the Stoltmans. So obviously I do from the year that I won Scotland's. I got Brits and World Tour finals that year. And competing with them at that point, yeah, it was like they want you to do well. Like you're the kind of up and coming guys. Maybe they at some point might hand the mantle over to you, you know. So it's everyone gets on. Certainly, there's no fierce rivalry. Everyone really likes each other.
That's awesome, man. I think that really comes through on socials, and yeah, when you see people at comps just cheering for the other person, whether they're fighting with them for first place or anything otherwise, you know.
Yeah,
How do you feel about the events at Brits?
decent. I mean, they're heavy. Coming from the kind of Scotland's level, moving to Giants, it's always going to be that next step up in terms of weights. I went down the other day to try out some of the kit as well, and I must say, see that car walk is the heaviest thing I've ever felt in my life by far. Like, so it's 450 kilos, which is a heavy enough yoke as it is. That's the most I'd ever had on my back. But it was also no warm up. So it's just like, you want to go with the car? Like, all right, you just have to go for it.
Straight in at comp weight.
Yeah, yeah. And I picked it up, and usually you want to set off pretty quick with yoke, but with this I thought I'll stand and stabilise for a split second, and I was rattling all over the place. It's like, right, better get moving because this is going down. uh, I did like two sets with it, and after that I felt like I'd done half a competition. Like CNS was fried, my legs were shaking. I was like, right, this is going to be a challenging one. That'll be the hardest event for me.
Hopefully worthwhile for you to get that time underneath it before the comp.
Definitely. There was a big difference even between my first attempt with the car and second. So I'm hoping to get down next week as long as I've not packed all the kit up. I'd like another couple of goes at it because that's what Hicksey and Terry Hollins were there, and that's what they said, that every time they see someone else train for it, each consecutive shot gets better. So it's like, if I had more time to prep for this, I'd have been down every week. But I can only do what I can at this point. So
you've got to do what you can with the time you're given, you know?
Yeah.
How about the overhead? The fixed barbell's pretty rough, I hear.
So I'll be honest, I found it really easy the other day, and my overhead's not my strongest event. So I went in again, minimal warm up for that, and I did one rep, literally just cleaned and pressed it, and it felt really easy. And I was like, right, I don't need to do that again, because if I do it again, there's a risk that I'll mess it up and get in my own head. But yeah, overhead's not my strongest event generally, but at that weight, and I don't know, something just felt right about that bar to me. I think the only hard part is the second part of the clean, taking it from belly to front rack position, because the bar is fixed for the more. There's a wee bit of wiggle, but it is quite fixed, so it can catch you off guard. It's not going to roll up your chest like a normal bar would. But as long as you can tolerate that first impact, it seems all right.
That's a really good sign, man. Are there any events you're not looking forward to then?
Car walk.
Oh, just car walk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fair. How's your throwing bags?
Generally very good. Like, so me and Callum, two of the last 3 years at Scotland's, we've had throwing bags in, and we've been first and second in both with times like around the 12-second mark. So like, I know that I think Callum's a wee bit ahead of me at the moment. He's like upped his game with the throwing bags. I think Callum's going to win that event actually, but I think that if I do the perfect run, I think I'll be second. I'll be honest, but
Yeah.
I'm not to say the strongest. Like, I know that Tom could chuck a 35 kilo bag over it, but I'm fairly quick in the transitions, and if I get the perfect run, I'll place well on that. That'll probably be my best event.
That's really promising. I know, yeah, Callum, in an interview with us, he mentioned that in training he'd been beating Shane Flowers' world record time. And it caused a bit of a stir.
Consecutive sets, he was just beating that every time.
Yeah, it was causing a bit of a stir, I think. WhatsApp groups were going wild. So we posted it online just to prove it.
Yep. He doesn't usually post either. He's quiet, so I felt he had to back it up.
Yeah, fair play, man. It's going to be really tight. I actually think we could see a Scottish 1-2-3 between you two and maybe Tom.
On the bags?
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly, but there's a lot of other guys as well. That I know Gav Belton's really quick on them as well. I know if he's a perfect run, I can't remember who I was speaking to the other day, but they said at Brits 2 years ago, the one I ended up getting injured, I didn't get to do the throwing bags, but Gav was just behind Shane in that, and he missed a grab on one of the bags, so he lost, maybe half a second or something. So not to say Gav could beat the record, but he's very close, really quick.
He's in and around it.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, you mentioned that technically, this is your second time at Brits. The first being in 2024, a couple of years ago. It didn't go to plan. How do you feel looking back on it now?
I need a bit of redemption. Yeah, I want to finish a Brits show. The silver lining of doing that competition was the first event. It was the 400 kilos for reps, and I was my deadlift was so strong for that. I thought I was going to pull it for maybe 3, but then my back went on the first rep. I actually hurt it. I've not really spoken about this too publicly, but the way I hurt it was I went down to Giants to test out the arm over arm, and I was the first one to test it since there was a crank on it that meant when you let go of the rope, it didn't just drop the anvil.
Yep.
And that jammed on halfway through one of my pulls. So I hurt my back that day. I drove the 3.5 hours down to get a shot of it. Did that, hurt my back, and was like, I just need to go home now. Over the next 2 and a bit weeks, it did start to feel better, and I was like, right, I think I can still compete. And then once 400 got just above the knees, it fully went. I'm pretty sure I slipped a disc, ruptured a disc, something. I didn't seek a diagnosis because I just don't want that in my head. I just rehabbed it for 5 months, and touch wood, it's okay now. But yeah, so that's how I hurt it. And I remember getting the 400 just above the knees, and it fully went. It was the most pain I've ever experienced in a lift. But I was like, it's here now. You might as well try and finish it. Everybody's shouting. It was up to that point. I'd heard people say, I remember JF Curran one year was he said he had tore his hamstring, but he was deadlifting 350 for reps. And I remember thinking, well, you can't have tore your hamstring, you couldn't possibly pull that kind of weight if you're hurt. But after that, I seriously hurt my back and finished the rep. I was like, right, the adrenaline can really make a huge difference.
Yeah, man. So the retribution tour is here.
Yeah.
What do the next steps after Brits look like for you? How do you cement your place at this level?
I think there's a couple of things I need to do, but the main ones, I need to get bigger. The thing I struggle with most is eating. So I'm 6'6" and 140 kilos, which at that height, based on the kind of, if you're looking at the standard for open strongmen, I need to be nearer, 155, pushing up towards 160. Well, it's not that you can do that. You don't want to rush it on. You don't want bad weight. It doesn't really benefit you too much. But yeah, I know I need to get bigger because my strength increases have maybe slowed at this body weight now. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Probably my nutrition that I need to perfect more than anything. Not that I'm bad at that side of it, but I struggle to get in the quantity of food consistently that I need to gain weight. I always find that I put in a good few weeks of eating, maybe gain a wee bit, and then it's I can't eat anymore, and I just stabilise around the same weight I've always been. So, but that is just an effort thing. That's maybe where I fall short a wee bit. I need to just deal with feeling sick and full all the time for a year, maybe. But
how do you handle your nutrition? Have you got a nutrition coach, or is it all kind of self-done?
No, I do everything myself. I've always done all my programming myself, nutrition, and it's just worked quite well for me. I just don't really trust anyone else with it at this point, to be honest. I don't feel they would know me as well as I know myself. There was maybe a wee phase a few years ago where I was I don't know if I'm pushing myself hard enough because I'm second guessing and training, and I thought maybe a coach would help me there. But then I pushed it on myself and ended up just getting weaker and hurting myself more. And so I think just intuitively, I'm quite good at finding the balance in terms of volume, intensity. I know my own programming pretty well, so I think I'll just keep doing it myself, to be honest.
Fair. I know Adam Bishop's the same way.
Is it?
He's never had a coach, always self-coached. And you're doing all right, man. So I think why change it?
Yeah, I doing all right. Like if there was something I thought would push me up another few percent, I would do it. But I don't think a strongman coach would do that. I think a nutrition coach possibly. Like there are some wee tricks in there that maybe I'm not quite aware of in terms of getting calories in, or even just improving digestion and appetite. That maybe I should get someone that's got some expertise in that area to help me out.
Hey, well, let's see how Brits goes. I know Flynn said that he didn't start taking his nutrition seriously until after Brits last year, when he
Right.
snuck into Worlds, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh God, I've got to take it seriously now."
Yeah.
So hey, maybe that's you. Let's wrap us up, Connor, because I know you've got a beautiful baby to get back to, pal. Let's talk Brits and let's make some predictions. What's your target? I know it's tricky, but you're coming in late notice. Where are you aiming for?
So I wouldn't say I'm aiming particularly for a placing. I want to perform well in every event, or at least near what I'm capable of with this amount of time to prep for it. Certainly finish the show is like kind of goal number one. And don't zero any event, which I don't think I should, like based on where my strength's been. But one that's got me a wee bit concerned is the deadlift. So I know it's the 360 axle for reps, and it's a notoriously difficult setup. Like I know that with how my strength has been in the past, if I did my full 10, 12 week peak for this, I would expect 3 to 5 reps. But I've not even deadlifted heavy yet. Tonight's my first heavy deadlift session. I'm gonna do 330 for 5 is the plan. And then next week I'll do 360. And it's like usually I've got some data from the peak up to this point that would indicate, yeah, the 330 is gonna be fine, and then the 360 will be all right. Whereas I'm just getting into this having I did 300 for 6 last week. And it's like a wee bit mysterious as like as to how the session's going to go. So I'm rambling a wee bit there, but overall, just do what I would hope to do with a normal peak on every event. So if I was to run through them, I think on the overhead, I think I can. If I get to the last dumbbell, that'll be a good one for me. I think it's possible that I get that as well, but get to the last dumbbell would be good. On the deadlift, 3 reps, car walk. It's kind of anybody's guess with that. That's very difficult. I think I could get anywhere between 1 and 15 metres on that. I don't think I'll finish it.
Okay.
Throwing bags, put in a good run. Like, I know if I do that, I'll place very high. And then finish the power stairs would be like a fantastic end. I've been watching some of the old footage of the power stairs to try and gauge the difficulty at the end of a show for, a certain level of competitor. And you're seeing guys like Novikov failing it, and it's like, oh, is this going to be a real ask? But based on training, I think I can finish the power stairs. I've got height to my advantage with that, a decent raw deadlift. So yeah, if I can do all of that, then I'll be very happy no matter where I place.
That's a really good outlook to have on it, I think. And power stairs. I'm not sure how many people are aware, but this year there's 5 stairs, right? 5 for you to take up. And that's not super common.
Yeah.
To finish.
Yeah, 15 reps, and it's a high step as well. It's higher than I thought when I first went down to see it. I don't know how the shorter guys do it. So I'm 6'6", and I put my lifters on even to get that extra half an inch of lift as well. And it's like it doesn't just go on. I've got to pull it up high. So I don't know how the shorter guys do it, but
yeah,
maybe they're just much stronger than me.
Yeah, Graham Hicks is he's smashed him before, and he's not.
Yeah.
Bish called him vertically challenged, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, and then fair enough. Let's predict the podium. Tricky for you. You've got loads of mates in there, and you're competing yourself. Who do you see in contention for the podium?
I think that Tom's the clear favourite to win. I think it's unlikely that there's anyone can really come close to Tom in this unless he makes a serious mistake or, God forbid, has an injury or something. Rounding out the podium, I think Gav Bilton's looking in really good shape. Like I know he podiumed 2 years ago. I think people forget that how recent Gav was at that level. He had a wee year there where maybe he didn't do too much, but like he's still got that ability, and he seems to be doing really well with Dan Hipkiss. So like, I think Gav could be up there. Luke Stoltman, defending champion as well. You can't rule out the defending champ for a podium spot. And then you've got, I'd like to see Ben up near there. Like, I know based on the 4th place last year, it looks like the natural progression is to chase podium. I know there's a couple of dropouts, like you say, the year that he placed 4th, but he's a lot stronger now than he even was last year. So I don't see why he can't be in and around there. I know podium for him would be like a fantastic result. But I think he's around there. And then there's Paddy as well, who he always surprises me. Like I rate Paddy very highly, but looking at these events, I would say yoke might not be the best for him, overhead might not be the best. But I've thought that in previous comps for him as well, and he pulls it out the bag and he places high. So I think Paddy could be around there as well.
I think with Paddy, I think you're spot on, and other people have said that. Every time Paddy turns up to a comp and people say, oh, this might not be the one for him, he ends up on the podium.
Yeah.
So who knows what will pull out the bag. And I say to Ben, kind of behind the scenes, the last time he competed was the Shore Classic in the summer, and he won. So bringing that momentum, that energy in to improve on, he was 5th last year. Flynn came 4th. And I always think Flynn, again, is someone who just goes under the radar.
Yeah, so I was going to say, actually, Andy Flynn, there's no reason that he shouldn't be around the podium as well. I think, just based on what I've seen on social media, I've not spoke to him or anything, but I know he did a big cut there and a bit of a rebuild. So I don't know if he's coming into Brits just as a build up to what's going on later in the year. He seemed to kind of allude to the fact that he's not in his absolute best shape at the moment. But I think if he is, then he's an absolute podium contender.
Yeah, he said the same to me, that he's got his eyes on Worlds, on really showing what he's capable of there, and that Brits is just a step on the way. But literally, as we talk right now, he's just finished up training with Bish and Ben at my gym. They did bags and stairs, and word is that Flynn was looking incredible. So,
really? Oh,
let's see how he turns up.
There you are. I'm trying to think if there's anyone. I hate to forget someone not mentioned, but I think they're the main contenders I have in mind.
A lot of people have said Bish for the events and coming in with a real head of steam.
I wouldn't want to write off Bish either. I think that's maybe my fault. Just thinking the last few years he's not placed as highly at the full shows. Obviously his deadlift's been insane.
Yeah.
But these events, for the overhead's obviously been his weakness recently after the injuries. But if he was to pick an overhead event, it would probably be this one. So it's like, if you're talking, I don't even know if damage limitation would be the right thing to say, because he could potentially place high on it. And if he places high on that, he'll win the deadlift, or like pretty much guaranteed top 2, I would say, depending on what Paddy does. He's good at bags. He'll put in a solid, like, guaranteed top 5, I would say, on that. With his raw deadlift power stairs, he'll destroy them. And then the car walk, where experience really counts, he's got that more than anyone else in the lineup, other than maybe Hixie. Obviously looking to him as well, but he'll place very high in the car walk. So if he puts it all together, he could podium as well. Yeah,
it's a ridiculously stacked lineup, and that's without even mentioning like Rory O'Hagan coming over, and obviously yourself and Callum, and it's going to be insane. Conor, thank you so much for your time, mate. Honestly, it's been a real pleasure to have you on.
No, thanks for having me on.
I think everyone is looking forward to your redemption arc.
We'll see if I can live up to it.